Welcome back to my channel, Licensed Immigration. Today I will be talking about Petition to Remove Conditions of Residence Part 2, Form I-751. Before starting, I'm going to talk about what you should know before we start filling out this form. As you can see on Part 1, as I already started talking about this form, I answered some of the questions the subscriber had, and I tried to respond mostly all of it. And if you have any questions, you don't hesitate to comment below. So before starting, we're going to talk about the evidence that must be submitted with this form. I'm going to give you some ideas. If you're filing a joint petition, did you provide the following? That is the question that you must ask yourself before submitting the form. Is not only you need to submit the form filled in, but also you must submit evidence, which is the most important part of this petition. You must submit copies of front and back of your permanent resident card, copies of front and back of the permanent resident card of any conditional resident children you are including in your petition if it's applicable. Evidence of relationship. Submit copies of documents indicating that the marriage upon whom you were granted status was not for the purpose of circumventing immigration laws. Submit copies as many documents as you can to establish the fact to demonstrate the circumstances of the relationship from date of the marriage to the present day. An explanation if you are filing late must be submitted if it's your case. An explanation for the reason you're filing separately from your primary conditional permanent resident parent if it's applicable. Disposition of criminal charges, arrest, or conviction if it's applicable. If you're filing from overseas, 2 passport styles photographed for each petitioner and dependent regardless of age. 2 completed Form FD-258 fingerprint cards for each petition and dependent 14 to 79 years of age. A copy of current military or government orders filing based on military government service. If you're filing an individual request because of the death of your petitioner spouse, you must submit what I already said before, but with this, you must submit a death certificate. If you're filing for a waiver of the joint filing requirement due to termination of marriage or then through death of petitioner spouse, did you provide the following? The final divorce or annulment decree, evidence demonstrating any circumstances surrounding the end of the relationship, an explanation for the reason that you're filing separately from your primary conditional parent. That's what I said before. So you include that plus already what I said before. If you're filing for a waiver of joint filing requirement, conditional child were battered or subject to extreme cruelty, do you provide the following? With respect to abuse waivers, you may file your form with any credible evidence relevant to the application. The determination of what evidence is credible is a way to be given solely to USCIS. And you must submit evidence of an abuse. If you're filing a waiver jointly because of termination of status and removal will result in extreme hardship, you also must provide what I said before. But now you have to include evidence of extreme hardship. So this form expires 12/2/2019. They will publish a new version of this form very soon. In the meantime, you may still use this form edition to fill out the petition. Any questions that you guys have, please, like I said before, don't hesitate to comment below. I will answer them in order that it comes in. So now we're going to start filling out the form. I will try to explain this best as possible. So I hope you guys will understand while I'm filing this form. And like I said, comment. Also, guys, always remember to view the full video for you to have a better understanding. Always try to watch all the parts of the form that I do of the video. Also, guys, I have a Facebook account with the same name on my YouTube channel. You could go follow me in that Facebook. Also, always remember to subscribe and to like and comment below. Also, turn on the notification bell to receive notifications when I upload new videos. So now we're gonna continue, or like I said, start filling out the form. So I'm gonna go up. So in part 1, we're gonna go here. Information about you. It's a section that asks for basic biographical information. That is your information, your personal information. Remember, guys, if you want to type or print in black ink, and if you type, and sometimes the form doesn't let you fill in some spaces in blank, you may use black ink as well. Be aware the example I'm using is not a real person information, so don't think I'm using people's information. It's just an example. I'm trying to help you guys fill in the form. Other names used. List of other names you have ever used, including aliases, maiden name, and nicknames. If this is applicable for you, please fill this in. Date of birth. Country of birth. Country of citizenship and nationality, provide all that apply. Alien registration number, if any. U.S. Social Security, if any. If you have a UCIS online account number, provided here, if it's applicable to you. Be aware the UCIS online account number is not an alien number. It's a number you were given if you filed on an application in the website or UCIS electronically called UCIS Ellis. If you don't have one, it's okay. Leave it blank. Marital status. Date of marriage. Let me fill in. In question 12, as you can see, it's asking for place of marriage. So this means you must enter city, state, if it's in the U.S., and country is outside the U.S. So don't type the building or other location. If the marriage through which you gain conditional residence has ended, provide the date it ended. So this is just it applies to you if it's in your case. Date of birth, date of birth, sorry, date of divorce or date of death. So this is your case, you will provide that information there. Conditional residence expires on. So this question 14 is when your conditional residence expires. It's on your green card. If 2 years after you initially were approved for or received your permanent residence. So we continue to fill in the part 1. Now we're in the second page. Mailing address. So you will put the care of name if it applies to you, street number, apartment suite floor, city or town, state, and zip code. Remember, when it's state, you must scroll down to select the state. So as you can see, it is not letting me fill out the apartment number. So when I print out the form, I will use black ink to fill it this blank. Is your physical address just different than your mailing address? Yes or no? If it is, you must fill out the item 17 through 17F. For question number 18, additional information about you. You'll probably know if you are in a removal, deportation, or rescission proceeding. You'll be in a situation that you have been convicted crime or given UCI as a reason to believe that your marriage is fraudulent or done something else to make you deportable for the United States. If you are an immigration court proceeding, you should already have a lawyer, so who should help you with a petition as well. So if this is your case, don't fill out the form. You must have a lawyer. Are you in a removal, deportation, or rescission proceeding? Yes or no? In question 19, about whether a fee was paid to anyone other than an attorney in connection with this petition, you have not necessarily done anything wrong, but you might be questioned about it. If the person you pay helped you prepare the I-751, that person needs to provide information and sign in Part 10. So the question is, was a fee paid to anyone other than an attorney in connection with this petition? Yes or no? Question 20. It's going to ask you about criminal activity. The second part of that question asks you whether you have committed a crime for which you could have been arrested but weren't. Don't be too quick to say yes. Do you really have that necessary legal knowledge to say that what you did is a crime? Talk to a lawyer who specializes in criminal law where the incident occurred. So the question number 20 is, have you ever been arrested, detained, charged, indicted, fined, or imprisoned for breaking or violating any law or ordinance excluding traffic regulations, or committed any crime which you were not arrested in the United States or abroad? Yes or no? If you answer yes to the item number 20, provide a detailed explanation in Part 11, additional information. Part 11 is additional information is where they give you more space to give explanation, or you have to extend your answer. Or you could do it in a separate sheet of paper and refer that to the what initial evidence is required section of the form I-751, instructions to determine what criminal history document to include with your petition. Question 21. If you are married, if there's a different marriage than the one through which you gain conditional residence, yes or no? Have you resided any other address since you became a permanent resident, yes or no? If you answer yes to item number 22, provide a list of all addresses where you resided since becoming a permanent resident and dates that you resided at those locations in the space provided in Part 11, additional information. Question 23. If your spouse or parent spouse currently serving with you, with or employed by U.S. government serving the United States, yes or no? So guys, remember to subscribe, turn on notification bell, like, comment below, and stay tuned for more videos. Thanks for the support and have a blessed day.